I just have a crush on Kana Hanazawa. That's all.
I think most people do. Just like me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mari Krombu Weebs. My name is Cole. His name is Mike. His name is my squeaky chair. His name is Jay. We like anime. And this is episode 28 of the Anime Protagonist podcast. And on this week's episode, we have prepared a list of underrated anime for your pleasure. What we would recommend, maybe not on the highest list of shows that you should... I don't know. I'm rambling now at this point. So to keep myself from rambling any further, I look at my two co-hosts, and by look at them, I mean listen to them with my ear eyes, and I say, Mike, what's on your mind?
On my mind, well, mainly, honestly, is the enchilada I just ate, because it was really good.
Ooh.
But, yeah, we made enchiladas and went over to the grandparents' house and enjoyed some nice enchiladas with them. That's why we're recording a little later than usual today, thanks to my... generous co-host for putting up with me for that. But anime-wise, what's on my mind is I just today read all of Inuyashiki, the Japanese science fiction manga series by Hiroya Oku. It is a solid 7 out of 10 is what I'd say.
Really? I've heard very good things.
Me too.
I thought it was just good. I didn't think it was anything amazing.
Yeah, honestly,
I could see that. I could see why people would like it. It just didn't do the trick for me. I don't know. It was entertaining to see like the famous like, oh, you like Shonen Jump. What are your favorite like seeing that part, actually understanding like the context behind that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this and you don't know what that is, just Google. I don't know what you'd even need Google, but it's like a scene where there's a serial killer breaks into somebody's house and then starts like asking about One Piece and stuff. It's pretty entertaining to watch, but pretty grim when you know the context. Yes. So, other than that, not a ton's on my mind, other than what's on Jay's mind.
Whoa.
Man, thank you for letting me out of the dungeon to tell you guys what's on my mind. And what is on my mind this week?
Once we're done recording, you got to go back into the dungeon.
What?
Yeah, we didn't want to tell you because you were so excited that we were letting you out, but you gotta go back.
It's been weeks. I haven't had any food.
That's fine.
There's rats.
Yeah, there's rats and spiders down there.
Yeah. And I guess Jay's game corner moved down there too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
We gave you your corner down there.
Yeah.
Well, I guess in the meantime, what's on my mind? I just finished reading volume 1 of the second arc of Classroom of the Elite today, and it's really good.
Would you say it's elite?
It is definitely elite. I think it's like number 2 most or highest rated on AniList right now, which is insane because volume 1 released yesterday.
Like the manga is?
The light novel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's number 2 highest rated on AniList. With like an 89 or 90%. And
that
like
feels like it's gonna go down.
Yeah,
probably. But like the crazy thing is, all 14 volumes of the first year are out over here, and it's number 3 on AniList.
That is pretty intense. I'm gonna reveal how general newbie I am here, but AniList does light novels.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. It's
the more you know.
Yeah,
you gotta be a real degenerate though to track light novels on AniList.
True, you gotta be like me.
Yeah. Well, you guys did proclaim on Twitter that you were going to pervert me into the degeneracy, right?
Oh, don't worry, it'll happen.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Mike, you are on an anime podcast.
That is
true.
I did message somebody today about volumes 1 through 6 of Rent a Girlfriend as well. So,
and it wasn't me. So I mean,
no, it was not you.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I don't know. You're kind of getting there, and you purchased volume 1 from where I work. So I mean,
what if
pretty
you guys...
sad. I don't have any of those volumes.
Why don't you?
Because I don't read that trash.
What trash do you read though?
Nothing.
You read Girlfriend.
That is a work of art.
Anything else on your
I
mind,
would call it a mess.
What?
I'd call Girlfriend a mess, but like a good mess.
Yeah, like a quality mess, like an artistic mess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, you were gonna say something?
I just asked you if you have anything else on your mind.
Oh, you know what? I don't have anything else on my mind, but I'm sure Cole does.
Thank you for segueing over to me. I do have a couple things on my mind. This week, I began watching the Persona 5, the animation.
Ooh.
And this week, I stopped watching Persona 5, the animation.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Persona 5 is a great game, one of my all-time favorite games, but let me tell you, watching the show is a waste of time.
Here's the thing with adapting video games into television or movies. Mm-hmm. The stories are usually not built to like just be like in straight order. They're not made that way.
I don't know, like
it just doesn't work.
Like the whole concept of Persona, I don't know, it just in a video game form, like you can kind of get more invested in it. Whereas now, like as an adult, I'm like too cynical and I'm like, nobody behaves like this. The whole concept of the show is like, you know, adults are like cruel and greedy, but it's like nobody behaves like that in the real world. But in the video game, I guess you can immerse yourself enough where you can kind of put blinders on and not really care so much.
Like there's a different set of logic that kind of applies when you're playing a video game.
Yeah. So, I got, 4 episodes in, gave up on that, and I've been playing MLB The Show since.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, just killing it with the Jays.
Yeah.
Ace pitcher, you know.
Oh, thank you for picking my team. Yeah, I'm very honored.
You're welcome. I'm just breaking records, you know.
Nice.
Winning Cy Youngs.
Cole famously plays on rookie difficulty.
So, big time. Yeah. I want to listen. I want to throw a perfect game against the Yankees.
Yeah. I actually spoke with Zaina about this. She's like, I don't understand why he does that, and she was like, oh, I just don't get it. And then I was like, you know, it's like a basically just therapy at that point because it's just like a world.
No, it is.
The only thing you can do is succeed.
Yeah.
There is no failure.
Losing
on
rookie
therapy.
difficulty is very hard.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, a lot of games that I like to play. I mean, the show isn't one of them, but like I think of Fallen Order or Ghost of Tsushima, like they're very story based.
Yeah.
So it's more like an interactive movie for me, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So even on easy mode, like I'm still getting the same story points. But
it's all.
I just
same.
like it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what a lot of modern video games are nowadays. They're just kind of more interactive movies.
Mm-hmm. And my life is hard enough. I don't need to play on hard mode. I got to put up with you two.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we talk about the news this week, perhaps?
I don't know.
Do we have any news?
We've got some news.
Cool.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
You run this show, you know. Like, you can tell us what to do.
Oh, then let's talk about the news. Here's the song. You guys hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
How? I put it in after. We were just sitting in silence.
What are
I
you
sing
talking
it.
about?
I sing it.
I still heard it.
Oh, you guys are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
First news story this week. Vinland Saga Season 2 will air in January of 2023. My name... Oh, that means that I read this story.
Cool.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
I was just going to say, Cole just did the Anchorman. I noticed this last week, actually, where you would just, like, read literally whatever I typed in the document. I was tempted to put, like, some just bizarre stuff in here to see if you read it. Just like Ron Burgundy. But please go on.
Yeah, I will. Following the announcement and release of a teaser trailer in July 2021, anime production company Twin Engine has finally unveiled a new look at the next chapter of Thorfinn's journey, which is set to air in January of 2023. A new trailer was also released showcasing the events that will take place in the show's second season. Oh no, now that we've got a Japanese name for me to read. Shuhei Yabuta, who directed the first season of Vinland Saga, announced earlier this week that the same staff of animators who worked on the first season would be returning to work on the second season. The series will once again stream on Amazon in the United States, and I'm assuming in Canada as well, if you are like us and you are filthy, filthy Canucks. Boys, Vinland Saga's coming back.
Heck yeah.
I love it. I mean, my favorite character is not going to be a part of the second season, but that's okay.
Who is your favorite character?
I'm not going to say any more than that.
Oh, is it someone who... Okay, yep.
I haven't seen Vinland Saga, so please avoid
Jay!
spoilers.
See Vinland Saga.
I don't have Amazon, okay? I want to.
This is one you must watch for sure.
I know. I have the first 2 volumes of the manga, and like I've been wanting to start it. I just light novels.
The first season, for what it's worth, goes up to the end of volume 4, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
the first season is basically the prologue.
Yeah, it's just a prologue.
Gotcha.
And the tone will shift dramatically in season 2, which is probably going to throw a lot of people who really enjoyed season 1 off. But I honestly think it's going to be better than season 1.
Well, I like the whole tone shift. Like, I like how
it's famously titled Farmland Saga.
Yeah. I mean, but it makes sense. It all makes sense character wise. But yeah, I'm very excited for the return of this anime. I mean, I just love Returns so much. My favorite Batman is Batman Returns. That's not true. That's Batman Returns is fine, but it's not my favorite Batman.
What's your favorite Batman?
This is where we find out.
Probably.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say this is where we find out whether or not Cole thought the Batman was better than Dark Knight, because that's a popular hot take these days.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Batman was really good, but
Batman's amazing.
I still say the Dark Knight is better. Anyway, I was trying to segue into things that are returning. Is there anything else returning?
Cole, let me tell you, I'm berserk for this next piece of news.
Well, relax.
Berserk, the famous manga by Kentaro Miura, who recently died in 2021 at the age of 54. People were pretty scared that this pretty famous and very well acclaimed, lots of people consider it the greatest manga of all time, was going to go unfinished, but his assistants, who work for him at Young Animal, the publisher that serialized Berserk, have announced that Berserk will continue under the supervision of Kuji Mori, who is a close friend and also a manga artist in his own right. Mori has stated that through discussions prior to Miura's death, he is aware of how Miura intended to end the Berserk story and plans to bring the series to its natural conclusion alongside many of Miura's assistants. He also shared that Miura's former assistants reached out to him, claiming that they hope to finish the final chapters left behind by Miura. And after reaching out to Young Animal, a deal was made. So basically, Berserk is coming back. It probably will, just going out on a limb here, might not be quite the same. But I'm not caught up to where it is right now. I'm still about, I'd say, 2/3 to halfway through. So I don't know whether or not it's going to be better, the worse, or the same. But it's just exciting that you're going to get a conclusion, and this series that pretty much everybody universally loves is going to continue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I haven't read Berserk, and I'm I'd really like to, and I'm very happy that it's continuing with people who actually knew Miura. My concern is not necessarily the show, but I'm concerned about, not necessarily the manga. My concern lies with the backlash that is inevitable from people complaining about it.
But
it's too bad that we have to think about that, because can't we just enjoy things? Is basically what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, the thing that kind of reassures me is that they're not making up their own story, but instead he's using the plot points that he heard from Miura himself. Mm-hmm. So it's still going to, at its heart, be Miura's story, just altered slightly depending on how he and the rest of the team think would work out best.
I actually have a quote here from Mori talking about what his plans are for it. He says, "I have a message and promise to everyone. I will recall the details as much as possible and tell the story. I will write only the episodes that Miura talked to me about. I will not flesh it out. I will not write episodes that I don't remember clearly. I will only write the lines and stories that Miura described to me. Of course, it will not be perfect. Still, I think I can almost tell the story that Miura wanted to tell." And that's basically what we're touching on, right? Is that it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be as good as it can be.
Mm-hmm. And it's a conclusion.
Yeah.
I think see the end of it.
Yeah, this is probably the best case scenario for what we currently have if Berserk were to continue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of series continuing and also having breaks in between those continuations.
Mm-hmm. Good segue.
Yes.
The One Piece manga will be taking a break in about 3 weeks, 2 weeks as of this episode coming out, in its 30th issue of Shonen Jump. One Piece will be going on break, And Oda announced that it would be taking a break after Wano, and that's essentially in order to prepare for the series' 25th anniversary. After the break, the manga will return with its next arc that a lot of people are seeming to see it as the final arc, but there's been a bit of a misunderstanding there, and I'll get into that in a moment. According to a lot of popular Twitter accounts, they're saying that it's going to be the final arc, but again, I'll get into that. And essentially he's going to Africa to like plan out other things, and he had this discussion with his editor, basically saying that now that this arc's over, why don't you go on a break? And Oda was like, yeah, I'll go on a break. So now he's going on a break for about a month.
This is the same guy who like recently made headlines because he said his doctor said he would die if he did not start walking more.
Yeah.
Literally, you need to leave your chair once in a while.
Yeah, calm down, man. Yeah. But so anyway, the reason why a lot of debate has been going on about whether this is actually the end or not, essentially, in an interview he had with his editor, he said that he was going to be working on One Piece, reworking the story, and trying to make sure that everything up to the final arc was like reworked and all perfectly to his liking. And a lot of people were taking that meaning that the final arc is next. We don't know if that necessarily means the final arc is next. It could. But essentially is just saying like he's going to work on the final arc, and here's the thing, like Oda has said before that he's worked on the ending of One Piece. He's worked on how the ending is going to work out. So like this could just be that. This could be the final arc coming next. We don't know, but there are a lot of open plot threads that would need to be tied up before One Piece ends. So
I have a bad feeling that a lot of these open threads, like there's a lot of them, and I just don't think there's just no way they're all going to get wrapped up. That's
the biggest worry that a lot of people are having with One Piece.
But how?
This world is so
Oda is the greatest fictional writer of all time. How could he have plot threads?
Yeah.
Aren't tied up.
You know what? I wouldn't put it past the guy to somehow pull out like the perfect landing just because he is amazing, but there's so many things that he has left open.
Yeah.
That it's just like, how can he... And remember, too, when he says this is the final arc, that means this could continue for like 5 to 6 more years. You never know.
Yeah, keep in mind, like, even if this is the final arc, Wano started in 2018 and just ended next Sunday.
So that's 4 years.
Quick maths. How many years is that?
4 years. That's 4 years.
And how long was Dressrosa? Because that was pretty long, too, wasn't it?
Dressrosa... Don't remember, but it was like 100-something chapters or something like that, which is like 2+ years or something like that.
That's longer than your average manga, and that's just one arc.
Yeah.
So this arc could be, and if it's gonna be the last one, I'd imagine it'd be long.
Oh yeah. And then like Whole Cake Island was like 2016 to 2018 or something like that, maybe even like 2014. But like One Piece arcs are notoriously long, so. Even if this is the final arc, we've still got a long time of One Piece left.
Yeah.
And it's okay if it ends, Jay. It's okay. Like, everything's got to end. You don't want it to be like Star Wars and just keep, like, pumping out garbage.
Except Obi-Wan's apparently pretty good.
It's showing its cracks.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there are some good sci-fi things out there.
Yeah.
Oh, there certainly are.
Can I tell you about another one?
You sure can.
Well, WIT Studios putting out an original anime titled Moonrise.
Ooh! Was I supposed to do that then, or wait?
No, you're supposed to do it right now.
Ooh!
WIT Studio has teased its upcoming original sci-fi anime called Moonrise during the Netflix Geeked Week 2022, which is apparently a thing. As part of the teaser announcement, they released a key visual. Ooh, yay. Cole, do the ooh for the key visual.
Oh, actual ooh. Like the key visual. Like the poster for it is like hype.
Yeah. So good that I
cool.
actually linked to it in our doc because I like looking at it because it's very
it does look really beautiful.
I would click on it, but my computer will explode.
Yeah, please don't. We need your computer to continue limping along. Yeah. They also announced that Masaki Koizuka I nailed it. Maybe. Probably not.
Good job.
Who directed the second and third seasons of Attack on Titan, is going to direct this anime project. So that's kind of exciting.
That's news to me. I didn't see that. That's very exciting.
Yeah. Doesn't necessarily mean it'll be good because a director can only do so much, right? But clearly they have some talent behind this. They gave a brief little summary here for it as well. They stated that the project takes place in the near future and will be set in both the moon and on Earth. So do with that what you will. And then there
sounds like a certain Gundam series.
It sounds like almost all of the Gundam series.
Watch this be unveiled as a new Gundam series, and it's actually Gundam Moonrise.
Oh, Jay,
That'd
I wish.
Incredible.
Mobile Suit Moon Gundam, the anime when?
Oh, wow. Wow.
One person in the world understood that reference, and that person was Cole. Yeah.
Absolutely terrific gunpla, by the way. Moon Gundam. Go out and get it.
Yep, I agree. Yep. Terrific.
Go to your local, I was about to say your local coffee shop. No, go to your local hobby shop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or GameStop, I think we'll usually have as well. Yeah. So their CEO, WIT Studio President and CEO, George Wada, described the anime as Moonrise will portray the lives of two men, Jack and Al, they're very original names, as they confront hardships in the vast world of outer space. All action and scenery in the unexplored parts of the moon will be illustrated using an innovative type of animation unlike any seen before. My sincere wish is that this project inspires the contemporary lives everywhere.
Oh, it's gonna be like that owl in Rats of Nim with the glowing eyes. What? That one person out there gets that reference.
I was just gonna say,
you know what I'm talking about.
I'm smiling and nodding.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna smile and nod too.
Yeah. I don't know.
Never mind.
This could be good, I think.
Oh, I think it will be good. I think this will be on par with Vivi.
I was just gonna say it's giving me like darker Vivi type vibes.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And there's probably less singing, if I had to guess.
God damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
I wish there was more.
I wish there was more as well.
I wish there was more singing in my manga and anime.
Yeah. If only. Yeah. Well, would you settle for idols?
No.
Oh. Well,
unless their name's Hatsune Miku.
I like how we just absolutely shut down Jay's segue.
Moving on.
Well,
Jay, you have a news story for us.
I do. My name's Jay, and I got some news for you today.
There better not be any idols in this news story.
Oshinoko, by the famous creator of Kaguya-sama Love is War, is getting a TV anime coming out soon. The manga began serialization in April of 2020 and has won several awards, including the Best General Manga category in the Kodansha Manga Awards. More than 3 million copies of it are in print. And we're getting a new anime by studio, whatever the studio that did the Shikimori anime is. That's it. Doge Koba.
Shikimori. I hope it's better than that show.
You know what? That show looks nice at the very least.
I'll say that.
Yeah. And the source material for this is for sure better. So
well, I mean, it's more of like a drama with an actual plot instead of slice of life.
When I was putting this one in the doc, I was actually stunned by how many like accolades and awards there are for it. I didn't realize it was that beloved.
Look, Mike, it's really good. There's a reason I've been trying to get you to read it.
Jay has been trying to get me and Cole to read this one for literally weeks. Months.
Yeah, Jay doesn't understand. Jay, you don't understand how much spite there is in my body.
Look, every time you say no, I'm just going to pester you again. Read it and or watch it. It's on Manga Plus. It's super easy to find. Just do it.
Here's the problem. I have like a 3-second attention span. So you tell me to read it, I'm like, oh, I should read it. And then I forget about it immediately.
Well, I'm going to tell you in 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, Mike, read it.
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
1, 2, 3, Mike, read it.
Read what?
We just continue. Okay, so if you don't know what the story is about, it's essentially about a doctor named Goro who handles
from Mortal Kombat?
Yes, from Mortal Kombat. Nice. No, he's a doctor who handles the childbirth of his favorite idol, Ai Hoshino, who took a hiatus from the entertainment industry to give birth to her child. As it turns out, later on, before he's able to give birth, Goro dies from an accident and is reborn as Ai's child. As it turns out, she has twins, and he is one of the two twins, Aquamarine Hoshino, with his memories fully intact.
What?
It's very weird. So when this...
Jay, I think my brain is misfiring.
I tried so hard to listen to that, and just it just turned into word soup.
Okay, so essentially a doctor dies of an unfortunate accident and is reincarnated as his favorite idol's son.
Wait, he's
okay. And what's his name?
In this, his new name is Aquamarine Hoshino, but they just call him Aqua.
What?
And then he has a sister named Ruby.
Okay, so he has a favorite idol.
Yes.
Yeah.
He dies.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then is reincarnated into the same world, so no isekai situation.
No.
Sort of isekai situation, but not isekai because it's the same world.
Yeah.
And he is his favorite idol's daughter.
Son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then he also has a sister because she gave birth to twins.
A twin sister.
Yeah, it's
yeah. Jay, can you tell me one thing about this upcoming highly acclaimed anime?
It's not incest.
Okay, thank God.
If you won't be turned, then perhaps she will.
It's more of a revenge plot.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, of course.
I don't want to go into much spoilers, but there's a bit of a mystery and a quest that Aqua goes on, and it has to do with his death.
Oh,
kind
okay. Of. Okay, that's piqued my interest a little bit. Maybe I should read this.
You should read it.
Yeah,
Read what?
Oshinoko.
Oh,
Mike, here's my
Oshinoko.
other sales pitch for you. It's by the author of Kaguya-sama.
I know
that you love so much.
I love Kaguya-sama so much. I really should read this.
It's
you know
really
what
good.
You know what I've been busy reading?
What's that?
Noragami.
Ooh.
And you know why it's good that I've been reading it?
it?
Why is that?
Because it's entered its final arc with the release of its 100th chapter. Just like One Piece, Noragami is coming to... Well, I guess the end is in sight, I guess is the word. I wouldn't say it's
The end
ending.
is nigh.
Yeah, it'll be a while still, but they haven't really announced a lot with it. I'm not current. I'm very close to current with it. I'm current with the physical releases. So there's not really, I think, a ton to say here about this, but it is interesting to see that this famous property is ending and there's still no season 3 announced, but I think a lot of people are hoping for it.
Studio Bones, get on it.
It'll never happen.
We need more good Noragami music, please.
You say it'll never happen, but I would have also said there was going to be no shot of a Devil as a Part-Timer season 2 happening too. Like, you never know. Things are weird.
No, that is true. You do never know.
You never know. You never know.
You never know. You just never know. You never know.
Never say never in anime.
Yeah.
Never say never.
But I think with that, we should move into some kind of like corner in a dungeon. It's very sticky there. You know?
Look, okay, I haven't had the time to keep the dungeon corner.
Here's the music.
Oh, we're in the game corner. Still dark, still sticky. It's very empty in here today, though. Where is everything?
Yeah.
Look, I haven't had time to clean. I've been so busy working on different things and just finding things to eat. I'm so hungry down here.
But you got lots of news for us, right?
I have nothing.
Oh no!
Oh no! Now what? Now what are we gonna do?
Welcome to Mike's Game Corner. I'm gonna tell you about Lord of the Rings: Return to Moria. I don't know. I just quickly looked on IGN because before the podcast, Jay said there is no gaming news, so I was challenged to find some gaming news, and this is they're scraping the bottom of the bucket here. Lord of the Rings: Return to the Moria is the only survival crafting game set in the 4th age of Middle Earth. Is the title of this article.
Wow.
I don't know. The game will be
it's the only one, you say?
It is.
All right, I guess I'll talk about The Last of Us Part 1.
Yeah, and they're also remaking The Last. Okay, Jake.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
They're remaking a 10-year-old game and it looks almost exactly the same.
It's gonna look the same. They're just making more money.
Yeah.
Why do we do this to ourselves?
Who cares?
But the interesting thing about this is the Lord of the Rings game is taking place in the age after the new Amazon series takes place. So it's going to be like between the Amazon Lord of the Rings series and The Hobbit. So that's kind of interesting, I guess. I don't know. I probably won't play it.
Yeah. I guess also when this comes out, Xbox and Bethesda's conference will be going on. So if you haven't checked that out, go check it out because it's probably going to reveal a lot of cool stuff.
You know what? Why don't we, for this game corner, let's talk about the games we've been playing. Jay, what have you been playing?
Wow, I've been really put on the spot. Ring Fit. I've been playing a lot of Ring Fit.
Still on the Ring Fit, eh?
Still on the Ring Fit. Just kind of getting my workout in. I downloaded a visual novel and I want to start that, but it's mostly just Ring Fit.
Which one is that? Which visual novel?
It's called World End Syndrome. It's
nice.
basically just about the end of the world and it's on my Switch. Mike, what have you been playing?
I have been playing nothing. I've just been basically working and reading manga and watching anime. So
yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, with that, Cole, what have you been playing?
I've been playing MLB The Show. I already told you guys about
that's
that.
right.
I also was playing a little bit last weekend. I was playing No Man's Sky, actually.
Oh,
Ooh.
You know what? You're like you're the world's biggest No Man's Sky fan. I think you're like
It's good now. It's good now. They've put a lot of stuff into it now.
Yeah.
It's good now.
No Man's Sky
good
used to be
now.
bad, but they actually made it good. Like, it's probably one of the biggest comebacks in gaming history.
What Mike's talking about is I got No Man's Sky on I think I got it like release day.
Oh, did you?
In 2016.
I'm pretty sure it was
I bought
release
it.
day. Yeah.
I bought a PS4 specifically to get No Man's Sky.
I actually remember Cole being incredibly excited for No Man's Sky. So when the review started coming out saying how horrible it was, I was just like, oh, the pain I feel for Cole.
I can just imagine Cole just saying like, "Oh, for Christ's sakes."
Yeah. That was my first foray into disappointing games, and then my next foray into it was
Cyberpunk?
Cyberpunk.
Another day one purchase.
Did you guys see that trailer for Cyberpunk Blade Runners?
I saw that it existed. I didn't watch it though.
Yeah,
Watch
same.
it. It's pretty hype.
I don't
Yeah.
really care about Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna be honest with you too. I don't really care either.
Michael, you'll love it.
I know
It's
I
by,
will. I know.
It's by Trigger. It's
Oh.
Trigger.
You know what?
My
I
ears
care
have
even
perked
less.
I do like me some Trigger.
Looks like some pretty zany Trigger action.
Is there characters sliding in from the side of this frame in the thing?
Not in the trailer, but you know there will be.
Oh, good.
You know there will be.
Is
the
there-
Trigger slide.
Yeah, there's lots of good things about Trigger. In fact, everything is good about Trigger. I love Trigger.
Yeah, Trigger's great.
yeah.
You know what else is great?
What's that?
This huge dusty sack I have. It's my mailbag.
Here it is.
I would
we all
question
stop
the
for a song, and we don't have a song for it yet.
I would question the wording of my dusty sack.
Nope.
I carry it on my hip. It's very
Yep.
dusty. It's definitely a big sack. It's kind of like Santa Claus, except in no ways like Santa Claus.
I tie it to my hip like an onion.
Yeah.
That was the fashion.
You
back
tie
in the
onions to your hip?
Who?
day. It was the fashion in my day.
What day? What are
My
you
day.
talking about?
In 1869.
Cole, you're a
Back in
boomer. You're not
19
that old.
Back in 19 Dickety 2.
Yeah.
Back when we used to call the years Dickety.
Nobody ever did that.
Yeah, nobody ever did that.
Listen, anybody who watches The Simpsons is dying because I just made so many Simpsons references.
Wow.
Whatever.
You can tell I've never
Whatever.
watched The Simpsons.
What's in your goddamn mailbag?
Let me
Mike?
tell you. Guys, do you know what month it is right now?
June.
I do.
It's Pride Month.
It's Pride Month.
Yeah.
Oh.
So from the AniPro to you, happy Pride Month.
Yes.
Pride Month.
Shazana would like to know, since it's Pride Month, who is your favorite LGBTQ plus anime character and why? This is a tough one for me. It's hard to think of anyone because there's not a ton that come to mind that are like openly gay, I don't think.
Well, I'll go because
Yeah.
I have one. I'll go from Bloomin' to You. I like Yu Koito. I like her arc through it. I like that it's all about her discovering who she actually is, and it's very sweet. It's a very good manga. Don't listen to Jay. It's good.
I didn't say it wasn't good.
You said you forgot about it.
I
You
did
said-
forget about it. I thought
I
it was a
completely
different
forgot about
series.
it.
I thought it was a
No.
different series.
So good. Very satisfying manga.
Oh, you know what? I just pulled up a list of characters that are confirmed LGBTQ. I'm gonna run off some names for you here, and I think you guys are gonna find some to like here.
All right.
Okay, so Ryo Asaka from Devilman Crybaby.
Okay. Yeah.
Ymir from Attack on Titan. That's
Really?
probably my
Oh,
answer
yeah,
right there.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
that's
good
a good
choice.
one.
Yeah.
Ooh, I thought of
from-
one.
Oh, go ahead, Jay.
Najimi from Komi.
I don't know Komi at all, so that went right over my head.
Cole, do you know who I'm talking about? I
know who you're talking about. Yeah.
I just think like they're so happy, and they're so they're so ganky.
They're the best character because they're ganky.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they are a great character.
Najima, is it Najima?
Najimi.
Najimi?
Yeah.
Najimi is best Najimi.
Yep. Number 15 on this list is Luka Urushibara, also known as Rukako from Steins Gate. That's a good answer as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I had to think about who that was.
As this article says, it's the ideal of a Japanese perfect woman, except he's a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Major from Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, yeah. She's bi, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. There's many from JoJo.
Ooh, Sailor Neptune.
Sailor Neptune.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Also, if you read just the manga for Attack on Titan and not watch the show, Hanji is actually asexual. Like there is, nobody knows.
They don't have a
they don't have a gender.
Gender.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sailor Neptune and Sailor Uranus are a gay couple in Sailor Moon. Kaoru from Neon Genesis Evangelion is asexual as well, or maybe even homosexual.
Shinji could be bi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of plays that role of making Shinji question himself a little bit and explore that part, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Haruhi Fujioka from Uran High School Host Club.
Okay.
And this was going to be my answer off the top of my head is Yuri and Victor from Yuri on Ice, but I know you guys haven't watched that, but I
haven't seen Yuri on Ice.
I've
only heard the news.
I don't think they're actually gay in the show, but like for all intents and purposes, they are definitely romantic. Do they?
I think it's ambiguous.
No, they never actually. Yeah, they never actually do anything.
I think what Jay's talking about, that kiss is supposed to be ambiguous.
Is it? I thought it was very like.
Unless you see them lips
obvious.
lock.
They do, I think, kiss at a point, but I don't think it's like a romantic one. Liron from Gurren Lagann is another character here. Utena from Revolutionary Girl Utena. I don't think anyone.
I really want to watch that one.
Yeah,
I want to watch that.
I need to watch that too. Akemi Homura from Pulla Magi Madoka Oh my goodness. Cole, say the name of the show, please.
Hold on. I got to read it on my little mat here.
Madoka Magica.
Puella Magi Madoka Magica.
Yeah. In the mat.
I got it. I got my mat here, my gaming mat.
I forgot about that mat. That's a nice mat. You should send a picture to the Discord.
I think I will.
You should.
It is a nice mat.
Yeah.
I bought it for dueling. And now I use it for podcasting.
I also bought a Yu-Gi-Oh mat for dueling, and now I use it for podcasting.
I also bought a Yu-Gi-Oh mat for dueling, and now I use it for hiding in the closet
from your wife.
Oh, okay. Yes. I actually have one, guys.
Okay.
Yamato from One Piece.
Oh yes. That just recently wasn't there big news about that?
Yeah, Yamato is like confirmed transsexual.
Yeah, they identify as a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Also,
what?
Yeah, they're a man. They are male.
Yeah.
What? I'm just trying to think of other ones that I can come off the top of my head, but I think we pretty much covered a pretty good list. I hope we answered Shazam's question.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I think it is time that we go to a break. Hey, b****s and bros and non-binary hoes. And now, are you ready to discover some obscure anime? Which one among us loves obscure anime the most? And who receives anime God's blessing? You're all dying to know who it is, aren't you? Today we're going to be talking about obscure anime that you need to watch. Or don't. I don't care. But we're going to talk about them anyway. We each have picked 5 different shows that are all outside the top 250 shows on Analyst, probably outside the top 300 or 400. I just couldn't be bothered to count that far. So, yeah, get ready for some shows you probably haven't heard of today, and probably all of them are at least watchable, I would say.
Yes.
Probably good.
Yeah. Mostly good.
Good to the right audience, I would say, is probably what this really is.
Yeah.
Mostly good.
Mostly good, possibly okay.
There's like one show on here that I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to explain myself. But anyway.
I'm guessing it's the one that I'm looking at here that is, but little peek behind the curtain to see how the sausage is made, so you know what's in this little podcast segment here. We basically put the popularity scores from AniList next to our shows, and Jay has one that is the lowest I have ever seen.
It's laughably low.
Yeah, so for the record,
it's not that one.
Top 250 is 104,000 popularity score. Jay's show is 19,000.
Just shy of 20,000.
Who has watched? No one's watched this show.
Nobody.
I have, and that's why it's on this list.
Yeah, but I am first on the list, so I'm going to tell you about a little anime that you may have heard of, but probably haven't watched statistically. It is called Chihaya Furu.
Oh.
It is a show about Chihaya Ayase. She's a girl who spent most of her life supporting her sister in her career. And one day she meets a boy named Arata, who is a talented karata player. Karata is like a Japanese card game, which is like mostly played by old people in Japan, it kind of seems like. And basically, by making friends with this kid, she kind of like learns to love karata too. And then a whole bunch of like drama ensues and love triangles and stuff like that. And basically Chihaya like dedicates her life to becoming a karata master, more or less to impress this Arata guy. And I don't know, it's just really good. If you actually, it's rated very well. It's 81% on AniList. So like everyone who has watched it has enjoyed it. And and this is where I'm kind of looking directly in Cole's eyes. I don't know if he's felt my gaze yet.
I feel it.
Yeah. So this show is so shoujo, you would love it, Cole.
Yeah, Cole, honestly, I'm surprised you haven't seen it yet.
It's stunning to me that you haven't watched it yet.
Very stunning, yeah.
And on top of that, you can watch it on Crunchyroll. And if you're a peasant like me who doesn't like to read when they're watching their anime, you can watch it in dub, the entire thing on High Dive.
Absolute peasant.
Yeah.
This is a show that it's been on my radar for sure. I just, you may have sold me a little bit more on it, because I always thought like it's on my radar and everybody says it's really good, but I'm like, do I really want to watch a show about people playing this card game? But apparently there's more to it. And
don't get me wrong.
Cool. Let me sell you on this even more. When you heard about March Comes In Like a Lion, weren't you like, do I really want to watch a show about a guy playing shogi?
Well, shogi is more interesting than some obscure card game, at least.
But then you learn about a card game that you haven't heard about before.
The thing about this show is, you know how in shogi it kind of is like more, I guess like there's no real action when they're actually playing. Karata, there's so much suspense, because there's basically how it goes is they sing, and then they sing this little poem, and then as soon as they read the first line of a poem, because each of the cards corresponds to a poem, so they'll be saying the intro, and then there's the same intro for every card, and then each card has a different poem on it. And as soon as they say the first line from the poem, they have to find the card and like smack it out of the way, basically. Like they have to take the card before the other person can get it.
Yeah.
So there's a ton of suspense that comes up, because you're just listening to this person singing, and then they're both sitting there like just waiting to hear the first word, and you're kind of on the edge of your seat. So like it's more action heavy than March Comes In Like a Lion, but it also has a female perspective, which is nice, and it is also kind of a love triangle, and there's kind of like she's making friends with people because of this, and it's just it's a good time. If you like March Comes In Like a Lion, if you like shoujo, if you like all that stuff, you'll like this.
Mike, that literally describes me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's why it's like stunning you haven't watched
this. I'm shocked that you haven't seen it.
Yeah. Now, Jay, I think it's time you tell us about your top pick here.
Okay. So my first one, I didn't really put this in any order, but I just kind of put them down. The first one that I want to talk about today is Rainbow Days. Essentially, this is a shoujo slice of life rom-com kind of thing. It starts off with the main character, who is a guy, is dumped by his girlfriend on Christmas, and then another girl comes up to him and kind of like comforts him, and he gets smitten with her and wants to meet her again. And then like so it starts off with him kind of like wanting to chase after her, and then it expands with his 3 other friends and 3 other girls, and it ends up becoming like a story of just like 4 different relationships, kind of like Tsuridori Children, if you remember that. Do you guys know what Tsuridori Children is?
I've heard of it. I don't know anything about it.
Okay, it's essentially just like a manga about multiple different couples, and this is kind of like that, where like there are 4 different couples involved, and there's no real like triangle or drama or anything. They're just like all kind of like cheering each other on and like all supportive in that. And then all the drama just kind of comes in their respective relationships.
Mm-hmm.
It's very cute. I thought that like I liked all of the relationships, especially the main one, and it was just something that really resonated with me as someone who likes romance. So if you like romance stuff, and if you are looking for something to quench that romance itch, then go check it out on Funimation.
On Funimation, you say?
Funimation. It'll probably come to Crunchyroll, considering they're merging, but not yet.
One thing I learned making this list is there's a lot of shows that are still only on Funimation.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah, and there are a lot of shows that are leaving Crunchyroll because I guess they no longer have a partnership with High Dive.
Yeah. I do see that you rated this show a 9 out of 10, so you must have
it
enjoyed
is
it a lot.
Yeah, I really did enjoy it. It's just one of those shows that's just like, it's a really cute romance series. And I mean, that's really all I can say about it. There's like it doesn't really like go anywhere with like its character development or anything, but just like it's got cute relationships, and that's what I'm here for.
I see a review here says a nice easygoing slice of life with romance sprinkled in. Do you feel like that? That kind of sounds like basically what you said.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's got the
Cole.
cutes. Oh, hi.
What's your show?
Hi. I'm gonna start with the one that I was kind of iffy about putting on, but you know what? I gotta give it some love. You've highlighted the wrong show. I'm going with the highest rated one. I'm gonna go with Sound Euphonium. I feel like everybody knows about this one, but I feel like a lot of people haven't watched it because they think, oh, big band stuff, like high school big band. Listen, I've been thinking about this show often. It is the mature K-On, if you will.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah. Basically, it's about a girl. Her name is Kumiko. Oh, geez, how do you say her last name? Omai?
Omai, I would guess.
Omai? Listen, great.
Yeah,
character.
Omai, yeah.
Yeah, great character. It's just basically about her kind of dealing with the drama of being in this big band and trying to strive for perfection and like being the best at something, and also like the friends that you make along the way. It's just a very cute, heartwarming show. And again, same thing like K-On. It kind of is, a lot of it is kind of the good parts about high school, like the friendships in high school, but it also adds the drama aspect of high school as well. So it's a little more mature than K-On was, but yeah, very good. Very good voice acting as well. Don't watch the dub.
For me, I'd say like the drama in Sound Euphonium has a lot, gives it a bit of an edge over K-On, just because it has more meat on the bones there.
I think so too. Again, they're both, what's the studio? KyoAni,
yeah.
I'd agree with that. K-On to me still like gives me, there's a warm place in my heart for K-On because
it's a heartwarming show.
I was in a high school band as well. With Mike.
Hi.
So that reminds me of that, but Euphonium is definitely a better show.
Yeah.
Better
like,
show.
Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of like great moments and like heartfelt moments, like when like the ending of K-On when like they're graduating, like that was a very like heartbreaking moment for sure, but it's a lot more light than Sound Eupho.
Yeah, and Euphonium 2 is one of the most gorgeous shows.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, KyoAni.
I was gonna say
like,
KyoAni.
Yeah,
but it's like KyoAni on steroids. Like the show is beautiful.
Yeah.
This is one that I really, honestly, it's on the higher tier of the shows I need to watch. Just because A, KyoAni, B, music. Like you said, I was in a high school band actually with Cole.
And Asuka Best Girl.
No.
Langley
Yes.
Soryu?
No, there's a different Asuka. No.
There's only room for one Asuka in my heart.
Kumiko, Best Girl.
No.
Yeah.
Asuka Best Girl.
No, Asuka is too crazy.
Asuka's amazing.
Scrolling
She's
down
just
the list.
quirky enough.
Who did you say, Cole?
Best Girl?
Yeah.
Kumiko, the main character.
The main character. Okay, looking at Asuka, she gives me, that's Jay vibes for sure. She looks like a dark-haired version of what's Jay's girl from a Quintuplets?
Miku?
Yeah.
Oh, she's not shy at all.
Oh, no?
No.
I'm just looking at the picture. I'm just totally basically just purely on the picture. I'm going to go with best girl is Yuko Yoshikawa.
Hold on.
Long reddish hair.
Oh,
and a big white
like
bum.
her.
Yeah.
She's
like
big
the
time
bow.
tsundere though.
Oh, there we go. I picked well. So the reviews I see for this one says an underrated all-time classic that exemplifies everything that makes KyoAni the best in the business.
Oh yeah.
And this is a less positive review, but it says its uniquely lively sense of lighting is matched only by its tender and resonant tech nature. 4 out of 10.
That's a bad review?
I saw the. It's 40 thumbs up. Not okay. Never mind. I read that wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, but basically, this is clearly beloved. This show.
Yeah,
this is high on my list.
That was a good point. The lighting in the show is probably its strongest suit. There's some terrific like moments in it where it's like, how did they do this? This is animated. The lighting in it is incredible.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Watch it. You know what I mean.
I will. And now let me tell you about my next underrated, obscure gem of an anime.
Please do.
Listen, guys.
Yes.
Do you like Pokemon?
Yes.
What's that?
As a child, did you ever play a Pokemon video game?
No.
What's Pokemon? I'm still waiting for an answer.
It is Pocket Monsters, the game.
Oh, Pokemon! Yeah, of course.
Yeah. If you've ever played any Pokemon game ever,
I've done that. Yeah.
You'll resonate with this, especially if you played the original ones, Red and Blue, at any point, or like the remakes, Fire Red, Leaf Green, or Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. They've remade those games several times. There's many ways you could experience it. But my next pick is Pokemon Origins, the anime series. It is a 4-episode short anime made by Production IG. And basically what this anime is it purely is just... It takes the original story of the game and just animates it. Like there's no Ash in it. The main character's red. The bad main character's blue, not Gary. Like the voice actors are all just like standard like anime voice actors and stuff. It just kind of follows the main. It just basically animates the story of the game, and it kind of cuts around. It's just kind of easy to watch. You can watch an episode and then you can watch the next one. You don't have to really pay that much attention to it, really, but. Like it just does a really good job of just hitting the nostalgia feels, and if you've ever played Pokemon, it'll do a really good job of that.
Yeah, it's basically a lot more reliable of an adaptation than the main in Pokemon anime.
Yeah, like when Red beats Brock in the gym battle, Brock actually gives him a TM, and then he goes to the PC and he goes to the PC and takes out another Pokemon or blah, 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 puts his TM in the PC. Like, it's just pretty neat to see it all animated. And it's animated very well, actually.
Yeah, it really shows, like, how much love there is in this franchise. Just in the people that made it, from, like, the animators and the writers and all that. It really shows that they really care about this series.
Yeah. And it's a quick watch, too. It's available for free to everybody. So there's really kind of no reason not to watch it if you like Pokemon.
Yeah. Did you say where they can watch it?
I didn't say where, but it's available on Pokemon.com, or you could I actually just watched it on YouTube. There's many. It's available in many places. Yeah. Jay, what is your next anime?
Speaking of a short anime, I have a anime short that I think a lot of you should watch. And just going back to what we were talking about earlier, this is the show that Mike was talking about with the 19,000 popularity on AniList, but this is Senyu. It's essentially it's a fantasy series about a hero trying to defeat the Demon King like normal, but unlike others, this is taken in a much more tongue-in-cheek fashion, where it doesn't take itself seriously at all, and it's so funny. If you like things like Konosuba that like parodies its genre of isekai or fantasy and things like that, you'll definitely like this. It's so ridiculous, so over the top and zany, and I just really, really resonated with this anime. Every episode is 6 minutes long, so it's super short, and it's just a really good laugh.
I clicked on. I basically I'm searching these on AniList as we go, and this is the one you sent to us a couple weeks ago, where the header of the show is just like this funny giraffe face.
Yeah,
it caught me totally off guard when I looked up at it.
Yeah, like that's the that's the kind of thing that this show does. Like it just randomly will show like a giraffe with like a very cheaply drawn smiley face.
Yes.
Like. Yeah. Like it's so zany, so funny. I love the art. It's very cute, and it just like really resonated with me. I think that if you like things like Konosuba, definitely give this a watch. It's available on Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll, you say?
Crunchyroll.
Yes. I forgot to mention that's where Sound Euphonium is on as well. It's on Crunchyroll.
On Crispy.
On Crispy Boys. Well, I'm going to keep the short anime train going then, and I'm going to say my short anime, Space Patrol Luluko.
Oh.
It is, listen, you've all seen Trigger shows before, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, imagine unfortunately all the zaniness of a Trigger show condensed into 12 6-minute episodes, and then you're good. You're good. And then also include, like, references to other Trigger shows. No, Space Patrol Luluko is super underrated. I think it's something everybody needs to watch because it's so short and it's so fun and it's so zany. It's very
Trigger.
It's very Trigger. It's very Saturday morning cartoon, and it's got some heart to it too at the same time. Yeah. Basically, Luluko is she's just got this big old crush on this boy, and yeah, I don't know. It's just cute. It's just super cute. All-time ED. Like, the ED is one of my favorite EDs. Lo-fi, synth pop, banger.
I'm into that.
So good.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
This is the one that we watched. We watched this one through the door of an anime convention, right, Cole?
We did, and then I went home and watched it all after.
Yeah.
Like, the day I went home from the convention, I watched it all.
Yeah. This
was that so short. Was that the year we met, or was that after?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the fateful year where we met.
We all united as a group of friends.
Yeah.
This is the 14th highest rated TV short on AniList for the record. So like, there's some good reasons to watch this one for sure.
Oh, for sure. It's like I struggle to think of a downside to this show. Actually,
it's made by Trigger is the downside. No, I'm joking.
That is a plus.
I love how Trigger is either like some people hate it and then some people love it.
I don't get it. I really don't get it.
It's so polarizing.
It's so over the top. I just like, I don't know. It just didn't.
Yeah. That's kind of the main thing, that if you don't like super over the top weird stuff, Trigger's not for you.
Which is weird because I really like Trigger's take on Star Wars, but I think that's because like Star Wars is just already kind of over the top.
Yeah.
But it was like the least trigger thing that Trigger's ever triggered.
I think that's also part of it.
And then the other funny thing too is that you just talked about your show Senyu saying that it's zany and over the top and you should watch it.
Yeah, it's not really zany in the same sense that Trigger is zany.
I think it's because I think you just most of the shows I see that you usually don't like when like the character models get all weird, and Trigger, the character models famously just basically don't exist.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Luluko can transform into a gun.
Yeah.
Like the character model is like out the window. Jay, have you seen Space Patrol Luluko?
I was going to, but I keep like, so Luluko's one of those shows where like I kept starting to watch episode 1, then like I'll go like 2 minutes into it and just be like, eh.
Oh, Jay, how can one man have such bad taste?
I don't know. Ask a mirror.
Okay, we'll do it. We'll wait.
I don't get it. I don't
just
know.
Look in a mirror and ask it.
Ask it what?
How can one man have such bad taste?
But why would the mirror answer me?
Because
you don't have a talking mirror?
No.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't talk to me.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Why could some...
Who has the worst taste of us all?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That did
and then
not
it says
work.
Jay.
Cool.
Jay does.
Guys, the answer's
cool.
actually me.
Yeah, actually.
So let me tell you about my next underrated obscure anime that you must watch.
Please tell me.
Please tell us.
And that anime that you must watch that you probably haven't heard
Oh,
of.
actually, first, where can you watch Space Patrol?
Oh,
Logo?
yes.
For the
Crunchyroll.
nice listeners at home. Okay.
Crunchyroll.
Sorry
Jay,
to interrupt
go,
you, Mike.
Jay,
God,
go watch it on
I
Crunchyroll.
built so much tension there.
Restart. Your turn.
And now, watch the Tommy Galaxy, guys. It's really good. That's my next pick, Tatami Galaxy. It is super underrated. People just don't watch it because it's kind of obscure and weird. It's kind of got like that Trigyu Science Saru look. Or did I say Trigyu? Trigger. Not
Trigyu?
Yeah.
No, I know
Science
what you mean,
Saru
yeah.
look. It recently just got a sequel that hasn't been released yet, and there's a spin-off as well, The Night is Short, Walk On Girl. Basically, this anime is you better be good at reading because the words move super quickly. But a lot of the dialogue kind of repeats each episode. It kind of has a little bit of like a running theme throughout it. Like each episode is basically this guy who is actually never named in it. It's basically just him trying to find his place in college. And he has this friend named Ozu who keeps basically putting him into horrible situations, and he turns into a bad guy because of it. And then at the end, he's like, and my whole life was ruined because of Ozu. And it's super interesting. It's super unique. And like, if you're into if you're into film and stuff like that, you'll definitely like this. And if you're really into like advanced concepts and very like deep things that make you really think about stuff, this is definitely a show for you. Despite being very low in popularity, it's actually rated 85% on AniList here. It is definitely beloved. The reviews say there is a reason this show has such a strong cult following, and the Tatami Galaxy weaves a beautiful tale of coming of age through the retelling of the same 3 years. And it's interesting too because he's basically the whole point is he wants his rose-colored college life, is what he always calls it. And he's trying to find like this girl, and there's this girl that keeps appearing in every episode. And every episode he falls in with Ozu, and then basically screws up his life and screws up his chances. And then at the end it resets to the beginning of the 3 years, and then he goes on another path and then hopes to get there. But yeah, it's just really interesting, and definitely everyone should watch this show at some point.
Yeah.
I feel like this is another one that would be up my alley.
Yeah.
I think so as well, but I think this is one. It's a hard one to binge, I'll say. Like it is very heady. You really have. It's kind of like Monogatari-esque. If you like Monogatari, it's in that vibe.
That's kind of the vibe I was getting. Just like whenever I look at it, it kind of feels like Monogatari.
Yeah, and just like the heavy dialogue and like very fast moving and very like artsy, almost shafty and stuff, but like kind of it's very unique. You're not going to watch anything else that's even really going to remotely be the same. You can watch this one on Crunchyroll.
Nice. Yeah. Let's take a minute and go into some typical shonen series, because I think we're lacking on that here, at least so far. And I'm going to do that and talk about Reborn. There's a lot of Shonen Jump anime out there that a lot of people know, like My Hero Academia, One Punch Man, I guess, One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, and things like that. And this is Reborn is another anime from Shonen Jump that really goes under the radar, and I feel like it should get a bit more attention. It's essentially about a guy, Sawada Tsunoyoshi, who is just a regular guy, a regular high schooler, does regular high school things, because that's not obvious, and I had to, state that.
He's just a regular bro.
He's just a regular guy. Until one day he's approached by this mascot-looking man named Reborn, who essentially tells him that he is the next in line to be the boss of a renowned mafia.
Is Reborn the little dude with the hat?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. So it's it starts out in a much more episodic way, where it's just like different things that happen now that he's trying to recruit him to become the boss. But over the course of the anime, it evolves into a more battle manga style. And once it becomes more of a battle manga, it really goes hard, and it really draws you in and gets you invested in the story and the characters and all that. And it's just a lot of fun. If you like good shonen battle manga, definitely stick through it for the second half of the show, because it's really, really good and a lot of fun. Honestly, I say second half, but it's probably like after a third of the anime, it goes into it goes into the battle stuff. And once it does, it's just like, it's really good.
I think you're definitely onto something with this one. I'm looking at the reviews because it's kind of I find that a good way to kind of get an idea of a show. What it says here is a show that's old but gold, and then the other one says an underrated shonen classic, which is, again, basically everything you just said about this one. Like,
yeah. No,
I've
if
personally
you like,
never heard of it.
Yeah, if you like things like shonen battle series or gang warfare, things like that, definitely check it out. It's a lot of fun. It is a bit of a longer show.
I was just looking at that. Holy smokes.
But I mean, your typical shonen Jump anime are normally longer, so yeah, but
how have I never heard of a show that has 203 episodes?
Yeah, it's honestly like when I was looking at different anime, because I wanted to get something from different genres in here, I was a bit surprised at Reborn, because I thought it was more popular than it is. But
yeah, it's rated lower on AniList. It's got 76 on here, but it's rated 8.14 on Mal.
Mm-hmm. No,
so
it's definitely
a beloved show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's I really liked it. I think that, like, if you like I said, Shonen Jump series, definitely give it a try. It's really good. And you can find it on Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll?
Yes.
Speaking of Crunchyroll, you can find my next show on there as well.
Ooh.
One of my old favorites, again. Watched this in the doorway of a convention center. Kyoso Giga. Absolutely underrated, absolutely overlooked. Toei's best work. I don't care what anybody says. Basically, it's about it's like a quirky family story about family being quirky.
Mm-hmm. Sounds quirky.
Hold on, I'll read the synopsis, because it is kind of difficult to describe.
While you're pulling this up, like, honestly, this is another one that I think we watched through the door at that anime convention.
Yeah.
I remember watching this one and just actually being very confused, because I was only catching like every 5 minutes. I'd watch for like a minute.
Oh yeah, unless you watch it from
like,
the beginning. Like, if you just pick up in the middle, you're lost. Okay, so in Kyoto, nothing changes. No, not that Kyoto, but rather the mirror capital Kyoto, the world inside of a painting. Colorful, beautiful, but static. The people of this world live in an idyllic, if boring life. That is, until Koto appears, like a wrecking ball slamming into still waters. It is visually incredible. It is emotionally good. It's well animated. It's well acted. And it's only 10 episodes. One of my favorite reviews for it says, breaking the rules is fun. Like, everything about it is kind of unique and not standard. The length of it is only 10 episodes, so it's not even quite a full core.
Yeah.
It's narratively, it is difficult to follow. I'll give it that. Like, it's not just Michael who gets confused by it. It's definitely one of those ones you gotta, like, really pay attention to while you're watching it.
It kind of just assumes... It honestly, it's just one of those shows that just asks a lot from you as a watcher. Kind of like the Tommy Galaxy. Like,
yeah,
you really have to just actively watch it, or else you're.
But that lends itself to rewatch, right? Like, that just lends itself to being able to rewatch it, and you pick up more from it your next watch and your third watch and your fourth watch. Yeah, really, really, really good. Like I said, you can watch it on Crunchyroll. Definitely worth it. You can watch it in an afternoon, and you should be happy with watching it.
Yeah.
I think. That's what I think, anyway.
This one's on my plan to watch this, so I will be watching it at some point.
Yeah, I've been planning to watch it too.
Definitely watch it.
Just gotta find the time.
Just gotta find the time to watch it. It's only 10 episodes, so Michael.
Yeah. Is it? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, can I tell you about a 13-episode anime from 2004? Or sorry, 2002?
You sure
My
can.
next show is called Haibane Renmei by Studio Radix. It's very
Raditz?
Radix. Okay, Jade knows what it is. I don't know what it is.
Oh, no.
It threw me off when I watched this show because it actually has just like, like the Sony Pictures opening where it's like the globe and Sony Pictures or whatever. It's like that is the opening instead of the Funimation or something like that. Kind of just catches you off guard. But enough about that. Let me tell you about this show. This show, again, it's very deep, very heavy. It basically takes place where a girl has a dream of falling from the sky and then she's born. Her name is Raka, and she's born from a large cocoon into the old home in this world and is greeted by a group of females, and they all have these little wings on their backs and these little halos above their heads. And then when she's born, she doesn't have wings, so it goes through the process of her growing the wings and a halo getting placed on her head, and then she basically is told like she has to work in this town and she lives for the town, blah, 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 and kind of has to go about her ways, and it all ends up being kind of like a one big metaphor, like when you get to the end, and it's really, when it gets to the end, you're like, wow, okay, that's kind of interesting, and like the wings end up being like a symbol for her growing up and going through changes from her body and stuff like that. Like it's just really, on the surface, it's very calm and serene. If you like shows like Mushishi, where it's kind of just like very chill, but like there's kind of like a deeper like darkness kind of seeping up through the cracks a little bit, this is definitely a good show for you. Really well animated for an old show too. Top reviews here say making use of the show don't tell technique, which I completely agree with. There's a lot of stuff where it just shows you and you kind of have to just come to your own conclusion on what it actually means. It doesn't really tell you exactly explicitly what it's doing, but you can kind of figure it out. Yeah. It's really not like anything too hard to figure out. Kind of like some of these shows have been like the Tatami Galaxy or your Kyoso Giga, like you kind of have to actually sit there and be like, what was it just doing? This one, you're just kind of like look at it and you're like, oh, that's supposed to be this, or I see what they're doing. The other review here says quiet, thoughtful, and deeply therapeutic. Haibane Renmei is a must-see for anyone who is feeling a little lost. It's really, honestly, it's very underrated. It is it doesn't even rate it on popularity here, just because it's probably not popular just because it's old. 79% rating on here. Same with my anime list. It is, definitely watch it if you can stand some old shows like me.
If you can even tolerate old shows.
Well, if you can even tolerate the old dribble.
For some people, and like the old animation style and the maybe not so like recent quality and sound quality is not amazing, but like for an old show, this one definitely holds up because there's not a ton of action or anything. It's very like heady and just kind of serene. It's very good. You should definitely watch it.
You should watch it, Jay.
Yeah, you can watch it on Funimation.
Ooh, I should be watching.
Yes. What else should people watch, Jay?
Well, we talked about a very deep show. Let's get out of that hole and get into something very shallow, because I got a very shallow harem anime for you.
Oh, do tell.
Tell
this
us.
is Campione. Campione is a very weird series, and honestly, I don't know why I like it so much, but it's probably one of those guilty pleasure shows.
10 out of 10.
11 out of 10 anime. Essentially, it's a show about a guy who takes a trip to Italy, and after a series of events, and this is probably going to be like, what just happened to you? He ends up killing a god of war, and is labeled as a Campione, or god slayer, and essentially makes him fight heretical gods whenever they try to get in the way of regular human life. And essentially the harem comes in because they all want like his they all want him to be a part of their faction, because he's like this like very big deal now that he's someone who has killed a god. And so harem antics and god slaying and stuff ensue. And whatnot. If you cannot tell, this is based off of a light novel. And the light novel is not localized here, which I'm very sad about. But I don't know why I like this show. I've watched it 3 times, and every time I'm just always glued, and I'm like, wait, I finished it in like
Gross.
a day.
I see in the recommendations here, we got shows such as High School DxD, To Love Ru, Princess Lover. a certain magical index. So yeah. It sounds like there's a lot going on in this show.
Yeah, it's a very over-the-top show. With like, I don't want to say like it's very ecchi, but like some of the
very
things
ecchi.
Some of the things that happen can get a bit NSFW, is what I'll say. Not as much as something like High School DxD, where he literally sleeps wait, does he sleep naked with a girl?
Could you imagine?
He might.
I mean, it's a harem anime.
It is a harem anime. But if you are a degenerate who wants a new harem anime, definitely give this a shot. I really enjoy it as a stupid harem shut your brain off anime. So, yeah, that's my 4th pick.
Ooh,
I like it.
My 4th pick. It's been 1,000 years since the Ghana, a strange alien race with no known method of communication, destroyed the solar system. A portion of humanity managed to escape using the enormous seed ships like the Sidonia, which have followed them to maintain the population while drifting through space. My next show is Knights of Sidonia, the troubled show, I'll say. It's a 3D show.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's 3D anime, CGI. Its strong suit is in concept. It's pretty weak in execution, I'll say. Yeah, the 3D on it isn't as good as, like, say, Studio Orange with, like, Beastars or something like that. But it's good. Like I said, it's solid sci-fi, it's cool mechs and stuff. But it's maybe not the most attractive show to look at.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for some, like, solid sci-fi, like, good sci-fi, definitely go for it. It's underrated. Which is strange because it's on Netflix. You'd think Netflix, like, that would give it a bit of a boost, but I think also part of it is it's 3D. So
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I think the art style and 3D animation really turn off some people,
and for a lot of people too, sci-fi is a turn off. Sci-fi is kind of like sci-fi and mecha is kind of dying.
I don't get it. It's so cool though.
I know.
It's kind of nerdy in the eyes of the normies.
Yeah.
But it's so cool.
It is really cool.
One of the top reviews I see here says, Sidonia is one of those rare mecha shows that doesn't focus too much on the mecha, worth a watch. And then another one says, it is an action-packed story that will constantly keep you on tenterhooks. Do you agree, Cole?
I do agree. Again, its strong suit is in concept and in story. I'll say that. It's a shame that the packaging around it isn't the most attractive. But what's inside that counts, boys.
Yeah.
It's what's inside that counts.
That's right.
And it's definitely worth it. The manga is great. I have all of the manga in those big gigantic ones.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, those were the big ones that you had. Anyway, Mike, go ahead.
Oh, every time I go over to your place, Cole, I always look at this manga sitting there, and I'm like, oh, that looks cool. That looks so cool. I wish I could read it. And then you slap my hand away, and you say, no, don't touch.
Don't touch it.
See? Yeah, that's what he says.
Those are sealed away in glass for a reason.
Yeah.
They're the most expensive manga I own.
You're going to sell it? Never.
No, why would I sell them?
I don't know. Maybe
they're impressive. Michael sees them and he's like, "These are impressive manga," and then I slap his hand away.
Ooh, actually, you know what would be kind of cool that we might that might be a good idea for a podcast topic?
Reviewing a manga?
No, valuable manga that we have. Maybe not like monetary wise, but sentimental wise.
Oh, that is an interesting one. Yes,
that would be an interesting topic. Yes. Well, boys, we each have one anime left.
Did we save the best for last? Well, listeners, that's up to you to decide.
Spoiler alert. No.
Cole and Jay.
Yes.
Tell the people where they can watch your last shows.
Crunchyroll.
The one that I mentioned last?
Yes.
Netflix.
You mentioned Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix, and I believe the dub is on either Funimation or Crunchyroll. It's tough to keep track of right now.
On the on AniList it says Funimation.
Yeah,
so
on AniList it's Funimation.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. It's available,
but it's definitely on Netflix. It's definitely on Netflix because it is a Netflix anime.
Okay, good to know.
Except for the movie, I had to buy the movie on Blu-ray.
Ew.
Yeah,
gross.
That's yucky. Anime Blu-rays so expensive. It's ridiculous.
It is. It was a
It's
movie,
honestly-
and it was like $40.
Yeah. It's a movie.
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
It's a
Gentlemen.
movie.
On an
It's a
outdated
movie, Mario.
form of media. It's outdated at this point.
Well, I do like physical media, but it's a movie.
Oh, trust me, I love physical media too, but it is outdated. There's no.
The only time
arguing
I get physical media is if I can't get it through other means. Like I have the original Fate Stay Night by Dean, only because I can't find it anywhere.
It's on High Dive.
Oh, guess who doesn't have High Dive?
Guess
that.
who should
Just
get
get
High
High
Dive?
Dive. This
Just
is
get
like your
High Dive.
weekly reminder. Pay the $5.
It's like the cheapest. It's like the cheapest one of them.
You know, I say that, and we're gonna laugh about it in like 5 minutes. Anyway, Mike, what's your next show?
Yeah. Let me tell you, because my next show is also on Netflix. It is Doro Hedoro.
Whoa.
The story revolves around Kaiman, who does not remember who he was before he was transfigured by a magic user. This transformation left him with a reptile's head, and you might have seen some famous manga panels or scenes from this show where there's a big buff dude running around. He's got a lizard head eating probably gyoza or people's heads. Basically, he's trying to figure out who he actually is because he doesn't really remember. He just knows he was turned into this reptile head guy. And his female companion, Nikaido, who makes the said gyoza, he's basically going around tracking down magic users and what's called the Hole. It's the name of the town
Gross.
that they're in. He chomps down on their head, and there's a little head in the back of his throat that tells him whether or not the person who is in his mouth is said person who chopped off his head and put the lizard head on.
What?
Like I'm saying, there's a lot going on in this show. If you love really weird stuff that's gonna make you go, "What am I watching?" but like in a good way, this is definitely a show for you. Like Cole's last show, which was also on Netflix, this one is all CG, but unlike Cole's last show, this one looks really good.
Yeah.
As the top review here says, "Welcome to chaos, absolute and wonderful chaos." And then
The
everyone
little
says,
man inside my mouth says that you aren't the person who cut my head off.
No, it says you are not the one.
I
Okay.
can't remember if you said it, but this is by Studio Mappa.
It is by Mappa as well. That is why this show looks so good for being a fully 3D CG.
But it's
anime.
3D?
Yep, fully 3D.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really. I know you wouldn't guess just looking at it, but yeah, it's fully CG.
No, I mean,
no,
I didn't
it's-
realize that Mappa would do a fully 3D anime.
Yeah, no, it's pretty unique just for that purpose. It is I would say it's borderline popular. Like this is one that I was humming and hawing whether I could put it on the list or not.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also featured in this show is Noe and Shin. They have cool powers. I don't want to say too much about them, but Noe is best girl. This is the rare time when I bring up best girl first. And then there's N, their boss.
He's converting
I
very
know.
slowly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got him.
We got him.
They got me. And then actually Nikaido might be best girl. I don't know. Everyone in this show is best girl. And especially N, because he is the leader of the evil criminal organization who's not so evil. He actually is a good guy. Because like everything else in this show, nothing makes sense. And everything is awesome and everything makes no sense at all. And his superpower, because he's a wizard, he can turn anything into mushrooms. Which is kind of a famous thing. Yeah, it's very...
So
like I
reverse
said,
Sabakui Bisco.
Yes. So when people were watching Sabakui Bisco, there was a lot of Doro Hedoro references coming up. Yeah, if you like really weird stuff, if you like Trigger, if you like Sabakui Bisco from last season, if you like Devilman Crybaby, all stuff like that. If
you like mushrooms.
If you like mushrooms, weird stuff.
If you like tripping on mushroom.
Yeah, if you just want to see something that you watch and you're never going to see anything else like it, watch this. Or even better, read the manga. The art is absolutely amazing in it. You can
What were you
watch
going to
this.
say about Akudama Drive?
Oh, that's on the recommended list, but I've never watched that, so I can't actually tell you.
Mike, you should watch it.
I know I should because it's.
I feel like you'd
seems
like
up
it,
my-
Mike.
It feels like
it's-
it's up my alley.
It's a very cool
I dropped it, but I feel like you'd like it.
Very
Probably.
cool show is how I
It is a very
describe it.
cool show.
I've seen things and heard things, and everything I've seen or heard has piqued my interest more and more. It's just like there's so much to watch, man.
There is a lot to watch.
Mike, you should also play Danganronpa.
I should, but I also need to finish Doki Doki, which I might do tomorrow. So it's
Yes.
short. It's only like 3 hours or something to beat.
It
to
is
play
very
through.
short. I think
Yeah.
there are multiple routes in it, though.
Yes, I believe so. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
I'm guessing just based on the way it's going, you can probably pick a girl each time.
Yeah,
It would be
yeah.
my guess.
Yes.
Yes. Just because.
Yeah, you know.
Hey, Jay, what's your next show?
My show, can you guess why I picked it?
Because you love it?
Just because.
Oh, just because. What's it called?
It's called Just Because. This is a show that I hold near and dear to my heart. I watched it about 2-3 years ago, and I binged my way through it in like a day.
Why?
It's a very calm romantic comedy. Bit more drama focused than comedy, but still it's a rom-com about kids in high school. They're just about to graduate, and right before the end of the year, a guy who had left this town returns and comes to this high school, and everything is kind of thrown into disarray, and everything changes. He gets to see all of his friends from when he was here in the past, and he kind of gets to like catch up with all of them, see what they've all been doing, learn about like kind of who they're in love with, meet his childhood crush, and just kind of reconnect with her. And different dramatic scenes ensue. I think that this is probably one of the most grounded, like, I don't want to say one of the most, but like it's a very grounded romantic series where it feels natural as to how these characters interact and react to each other. And it makes sense because it's written by the same guy who wrote Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. And if you see how the relationship between Sakata and Mai play out, it's very similar to that. They're very honest with each other. There's never like any like ongoing like misunderstanding or anything just for the sake of cheap drama. And that's just kind of how this one works out too. They're very mature about how they approach their relationships, and I think that the writer is very mature how relationships are approached, and I really, really appreciate that. I'd say like the animation probably is just kind of like serviceable, but the story is honestly what I am really drawn to, the story and its characters, and I think it's the characters that are really the big part, because without the interesting characters and how they interact with each other, the story would kind of fall flat, but it sticks the landing because they're all very interesting and feel believable.
The top review for this one says, one of the most relatable and realistic rom-coms I have seen.
Mm-hmm.
So do you agree with that, I would say?
Absolutely.
Another negative review here says it's boring, so I'm assuming it's probably paced pretty slow, if I had to guess then.
Like, kind of. I can understand why some people would think it's slow, because like it's a lot more focused on like character interactions rather than like some really big thing going on.
That's why I said like I'm assuming it's just not paced like an action show or something.
Yeah. It's just kind of like a character drama that has romance in it.
So probably not for like people who like high fast-paced Trigger-esque like zany shows. This is
definitely
like a very
not
grounded type show.
Yeah, absolutely. But if you like grounded romances, this is probably one of the best grounded romances you can find out there. And you can find it on High Dive and Amazon.
How did you watch this?
How did you watch this show? Yeah.
I got a free trial to Amazon for like a couple years ago.
Cool.
If you like grounded and slow-paced romances, you are not going to like my final show.
Well, then I'm not going to watch it.
Well, you won't be able to anyway because it's on Amazon and High Dive. My final show, maybe it's a little bit of a sneak peek to next week.
Good teaser.
Yeah. Land of the Lustrous, gentlemen. We talked about CG shows that maybe didn't look very good. We talked about some CG shows that looked pretty good, and now we're talking about the king of CG shows. Studio Orange knocks it out of the park on this one. Like, honestly, do another season of this. Don't need to see more Beastars. Great, good job. You did the furry thing. I want to see more Land of the Lustrous.
And
terrific show.
Wait, hold on. Stop the presses. Yeah. Cole, you're done with the furry stuff?
I never started with the furry stuff.
We have multiple episodes that count to the contrary.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jay. I'm into gem people now.
I was gonna say, since we were just talking about Pride Month, and happy Pride Month again to everybody. I think pretty much everybody in this show is non-binary.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
they look like
rocks.
girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look like girls,
but
but
they're
they are
all
referred to as
they.
non-gender,
Gender neutral. Yeah.
They're
Nice.
all they. Yeah, they're very good. Terrific action in it. It's again like incredible cinematography in it. Like I don't know. You gotta watch it. Like you can honestly pause the show on some certain scenes and like that's a screensaver. Like it's
this show is
gorgeous.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Foes is a delight. Phosphophilite is an absolute delight. And honestly, this show is basically character development, the anime. So good. But I don't want to get too deep into it because we are going to review it next week.
Season 2 when?
Season 2 is not coming.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Watch
But
next
manga's
week. We
restarting.
come reporting season 2 was announced.
I would, honestly, people wouldn't even need to listen to the podcast because they would hear me celebrating just in the distance.
I have so many thoughts I kind of want to say about this, but I think I'm going to save it for our review next week of it.
Yay or nay, Michael?
Oh, big yay.
Okay. Jay, have you seen it?
I have not.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to watch it next week.
Yeah.
And you can watch it on either Amazon or High Dive.
And for some reason...
Don't watch it on High Dive because that's the dub. Watch it on Amazon.
I watched it on High Dive. It was the dub. It was good.
Yeah. Watch it on Amazon because it's, again, one of my favorite seiyuu, who is also Kumiko in Euphonium.
Kana Hanazawa?
No.
Tomoyo Kurosawa?
Listen, I've Tomio Kurosawa. I've realized something about Kana Hanazawa. I just have a crush on Kana Hanazawa. That's all.
I think most people do.
That's all it is. Like I like her, but like she's not the most like diverse seiyuu.
You just like her.
I just like her.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Listen,
I like
it. I'm maturing. I'm realizing these things about myself.
That's good. Yeah. Good. Again, another Pride Month moment here is, you know what? Just realize who you are and be that person.
Yeah.
And be proud of it.
And be proud of it. Yeah.
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 Be proud to be an AniPro.
Yeah,
Yes.
be proud of who you are. If there's any message that we want to get across in this episode, be proud of who you are.
Yeah. And watch anime.
And watch anime.
And watch anime. Yeah.
But you can listen to any of our messages on the Twitters. Yay? Yes, you can. You can follow me on Twitter. My name is Cole.
His name's
His
Mike.
name is Jay.
His name's Jay.
Yeah.
That's your squeaky chair.
Yeah, my Twitter handle is @AniProCole. That's AniProcole. Jay, what's your Twitter?
You can follow me at JGaredian, JayGaredian. Mike, what's your Twitter?
My Twitter is GrittyGundam, Gritty Gundam.
Gundam.
And Cole, do you want to tell them what they can do to follow the podcast on Twitter?
Well, I'll tell them what they can do. They can follow us as a podcast on Twitter, and the podcast's Twitter is @AniProPod, AniPropod. Michael, why don't you wrap this bad boy up?
I'll wrap her up. Listen, guys, if you enjoyed what you heard today, please like, review, and subscribe. And if you guys want to come hang out, guys, gals, and non-binary hoes, or whatever Adam quote I said at the beginning of this.
Non-binary pals.
I think it was bitches, bros, and non-binary hoes. Please come to our
right.
Discord. The link is in our link tree. I'm not going to say it again, but it is linktree/AniProPod because I struggled mightily last week.
HTTPS.
Okay.
://linkture.ee.
@AniProPod.
Yeah.
Please go to linktree.ee/AniProPod.
Linkter.e.
Yeah, or just go to our Twitter. You'll find it there. Or click on our YouTube. Or probably where you're listening to this, there's also a link to our Discord. We put it in the description of every show notes. Come hang out with us. We want to talk to you. We want to talk anime. We love making friends. We're friendly people. Most of the time.
We just want to build a community of people that love anime.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I like anime.
Do you like anime?
Yeah.
I
Do you like anime?
Who?
Yeah.
All of you.
Yeah.
I say
your
it at the
name's
beginning
Cole.
of every episode.
Yeah, your name's Cole. His name's Mike. My name's Jay.
There's
and
a
we
squeaky
like
chair.
anime.
Hey, that rhymes.
Oh, yeah, that does. Nice.
It's almost like that was planned.
Whoa.
And
Who
with
came
that,
up with that? Who came up with that intro?
It's probably Cole. He's smart.
No, it was Jay. It was Jay.
Oh, is that actually
Jay's
Jay?
intro. Yeah.
Oh. Well, Jay's smart now.
Yeah. Jay's the smart
Now.
guy. I'm just dumb.
Yeah.
What are we doing next week, guys? Even though I already said what we're doing next week.
Next week on AniPro Pod.
We're reviewing Land of the Lustrous.
Yes.
So maybe watch it and then you can understand what we're talking about.
Or
Yeah.
if you don't want to listen, honestly, just watch it. It's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, just watch it.
Quick review. Watch it.
Yeah, watch it. Be amazed.
And it is time for us to go away.
Yeah.
For
what
one
do we
more
usually-
week.
What do we usually say at the end of every episode of AniPro Pod?
Hello.
No. The opposite.
Oh.
Oh.
Au revoir.
No. In English.
Oh. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.